Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm in Metcalf, and I am in not sunny Victoria, British Columbia. And today's chat is about blue light and melatonin. And I actually didn't realize sort of how that affects our body. And there's so many different ways that it does. I'm going to be talking about melatonin and the natural blue light, our circadian rhythm, and the artificial blue light from all of our devices, and how that affects the body. It was quite interesting. And so let's just sort of dive right into it and just take a deep breath, and wherever you are in the time zone that you're in, just breathe in that the natural rhythm of the earth. Maybe you've just had breakfast, or you're going for lunch, or depending on the country you're in, maybe you're heading off to bed. Just breathe in that beautiful, divine, subtle energy. So I actually was sort of wondering, how many of you know what um, what is blue light and the effects on our body, our mind, and actually our spirit as well. So today I dive into what it is and what parts of our body and mind is affected by too much of the wrong blue light, and how the levels of melatonin are affected by that. So first of all, blue and violet light comes from the sun. They have shorter wavelengths and are blocked by the atmosphere when the sun is low in the sky during sunrise and sunset. And there's a reason for that. During sunrise, there is more blue light exposure than during sunset. And the result is a natural melatonin blocking process that's part of billions of years of circadian rhythm of our body's natural biological clock. And at sunset, due to the higher turbulence of the air and more particulates in the atmosphere, the surge of melatonin begins, and it works during the evening, and it actually helps you to sleep. According to Ayurveda, the gap between those transitions provides us an opportunity to better sync our biological clock to nature's rhythms. Living in sync with nature in this way allows nature to stay in sync as well. We live, we breathe and evolve based on these connections. And there's more information of some retinal circuit for the different encoding types of light dark cycles can be found in an article by Current Biology. I'll include that in the Facebook link. And the benefits of rituals are well documented. And according to, or adding a sunrise and sunset ritual to your routine may provide an even greater connection and appreciation to nature, spirit, and yourself. And we also are learning how artificial blue light from our cell phones, LED light bulbs, and how they're damaging the retinal cells in the eyes, and it's linked with accelerated aging. And there's more on that in a moment. The suprachiasmatic nuclei, the SCN, regulates the production of melatonin, and the body's biological clocks found in just about every cell of our body. Our daylight exposure to sunlight increases vitamin D3 production while reducing the melatonin production. And we know blue light is part of the on-off switch for our melatonin, which helps us more than just sleeping. It helps with deeper sleep, detoxing, repairing, rebuilding, and rejuvenating along with anti-aging mission every night during our monthly and seasonal cycles as well. And living in sync with nature's circadian rhythm is so critical for health and longevity that research on this won a Nobel Prize in 2017. And it's not just direct exposure that affects us. That blue light emanating from um, the lights in the room, your phone, your screen, uh, could also be accelerating the aging process. And what are some of the solutions to this blue light exposure? Did you know that on average, adult Americans, and likely other countries as well, because cell phones, there's billions of them on the planet, spend an hour 50 and 52 times a day and 9 hours in front of a blue light emitting cell phone, tablet, or a computer screen. And kids these days spend a lot of hours on their phones. And the Center for Disease Control and Prevention reports these average daily times: 8 to 10-year-olds, 6 hours; 11 to 14-year-olds, 9 hours; and 15 to 18-year-olds, 7.5 hours. And another figure lists 17 hours a week as the average time spent on a device with that blue light. So, what is melatonin? Well, according to some, it's a 3 billion-year-old molecule found in every living creature, from the invisible to the botanical to the largest mammals on Earth. Everything on this planet must be in sync with light dark cycles to survive. And this has been governed by melatonin from the beginning. Because we evolved around melatonin and light dark cycles, melatonin plays an executive role in almost every physiological function. Melatonin is closely connected with our circadian rhythms, as I've mentioned, our internal body clocks that regulate hormone levels, metabolism, gene expression, sleep, and wakefulness, and appetite. The pineal gland produces melatonin, which keeps those rhythms in check. And disruption of the circadian rhythms and the decreases in the melatonin can occur from light exposure at night, shift work, long hours, and or aging, and has been associated with various serious health concerns, including increased risk of cancers, poor cognition, bone loss, sleep and weight issues, heart problems, and more. And according to Anthony William, melatonin also helps with your neurotransmitters and the glial cells, which can benefit someone living with mental health struggles such as depression, anxiety, bipolar, forgetfulness, panic attacks, mild fatigue, and much more. Melatonin also has a natural anti-inflammatory role, and it strengthens the immune system, including the liver. Taking supplements of melatonin can reignite the liver's capacity to function better and also create the melatonin that it creates. And for those of you who eat foods that are high in antioxidants, such as the wild blueberries, raspberries, leafy greens, apples, sweet potatoes, or cherries, to mention a few, combining melatonin supplement, with these foods can help stop the oxidation of toxic heavy metals in the brain. That's, to me, that's a wonderful combination. The nutrients in these foods also bind onto the melatonin and make it more easily accepted by the brain and the body, and enhancing its medicinal sleep effects and ability to help with stress relief. Anthony's book, Cleanse to Heal, has more information and dosage recommendations. So, how much do I need? Well, according to melatonin researcher Paula Witt, melatonin will, contrary to popular belief, not suppress your natural production of melatonin. It encourages your own production. And this fact thus classifies melatonin not as a hormone, but a bioactive molecule. So when you take supplemental melatonin, you will slowly increase your own production of melatonin, causing you to require lower supplemental dose over time. And Dr. Douillard, where I've obtained some of this research, he says to hack the aging process and reset your circadian clock, I, Dr. Douillard, recommend starting with one drop for bed for 4 to 5 nights, then increasing by one drop every 4 to 5 nights until a desired effect, that deep sleep and the feeling rested in the morning, is achieved. Stay on that dose, but when it begins to stop being effective, drop the dose back down by one drop. And if melatonin is encouraging production of in your own within you, then it makes sense that your supplemental melatonin will go down as well. So keep lowering the dose by one drop at a time. And if you're young, below 50, you may end up not needing any melatonin supplementation as your circadian clock resets. And if you're over 50 and the body's production has decreased due to age, you may find that just 1 to 2 drops of 1.1 to zero point 0.2 milligrams is all you need long term to kind of um, positively affect the aging process so you don't age so much. So, what else can I do to protect my eyes and the aging process? One, change the color of your device is a start. Does your computer, your cell phone, or your tablet have a night filter? Your screen will likely turn a reddish orange color, and you can set it for 24/7. And wearing amber sunglasses have been suggested to block the blue light. And salt lamps, candles, incandescent light bulbs are other suggestions. And as always, this post is not designed to and should not be constructed to provide medical advice, professional diagnosis, opinion, or treatment to you or any other individual, and is not intended as a substitute for medical or professional care. And always consult a health professional before trying out anything new, therapies, or changing your diet, etc. We are indeed complex, divinely designed bodies with this beautiful spirit flowing through us in sync with nature, the sun, the earth, as she revolves around the sun, and the seasonal changes we live with throughout our lifetimes. We have made some incredible devices to ease our lifestyles, but there is also a cost. We don't know the consequences of what we are creating for a generation or more. The research on circadian rhythms in our body and mind is showing the detrimental effects that science and inventors had no idea of when they created the object or the chemical. Be your own intuitive guide. And now that you know, share it with others and protect yourself from aging and other health challenges. So, namaste, my friend. Be well, and let's shut off that blue light. And I'm going to post something else about rituals, and that will be on my app as well. And the app is called Authentic Sacred Design, where I have different links to conversations like this about blue light and what are some really healthy rituals that you can start your day or end your day with that actually brings your body into that harmonic balance with your the physical body, the mental, the spiritual body, and all those trillions of cells within you. So I encourage you to go to that app, Authentic Sacred Design. It's free. Most of the information is free. And I will be having some paid e-courses that you can play with at a reasonable cost. So have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, everyone. Until we meet again. Thank you.